Hey guys, Lacey and Steve from Duo Reacts.
What's up?
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching Breaking Bad with us.
Where she always gets the intro wrong. This is the Steve and Lacey show.
We are on Season 4, Episode 3, Open House.
It's an open house.
Open house, I don't know.
They got a whole lot more rooms vacant now. It's an open house.
It's an open house. I don't know. In the last episode, Walt buys a gun with obviously no serial number.
That's for The Walking Dead. Yeah, I know. I just put that stuff on my face.
You just put it there to see if anybody would notice?
Yeah. Is that on my face?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, so Walt bought the gun, planning on killing Gus, even walks up to the house, all that. Mike's like, what are you doing, buddy, there? And literally kicks his ass in a nearly vacant bar.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot's going on. Hank is like losing his shit, like he's depressed. He's pushing Marie away.
Yeah, and Marie's going through some really tough issues on her own because of it. So, you know, it's not only the person that's going through the problem that's
but it's also
eminent with him.
The people closest to you as well.
Is what he's
They feel that too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like he doesn't want her to feel that, so I think that's why he's kind of pushing her away. But at the same time, like...
he's going to lose the best thing he's ever had.
Exactly.
The thing he loves the most.
Like, what's he going to do, like, if he actually did push her away?
Well, I think that's kind of what he's doing, and he's doing it in a self-destructive mode, like, you know...
like, he's being a total asshole to her.
Yeah.
Like, and she's only, like, positivity and, like, cheering him on, and, like, she's being so great, not showing any sort of, like... frustrations with him.
She's showing frustration because
a little bit with the minerals and all that jazz, but as far as like
someone shouldn't be able to.
As far as like his like handicap that he's dealing with right now,
right? You
know, in his physical therapy.
He's in a very hard situation as a dominant male.
With a lot of pride
in a dominant profession.
Yes.
Okay. To where pride is everything, and when you're
his
less
wife
than, and
is taking care of him.
Yeah, and when you're less than able to take care of yourself, you know, you
take a hit to that pride, and you take a hit to your ego.
But what he doesn't see is the effects it's having on her ultimately. He just wants to push her out because he doesn't want her to have to deal with it, I feel. And
yeah, I totally get that impression too.
And if he makes the comeback, it'll be because he just does, but he doesn't feel that that's going to ever happen.
Right now, he's at a point that, like, I see him getting better over time. He's getting better. Like, yeah, it's still pretty painful to walk all that.
It isn't what.
But I don't know. Like, is he ever going to be at the level he was before? I don't know any of that. I don't think they even know any of that. But he's going to push the best thing out of his life, and then he really will be alone. And that's the last thing he wants right now.
I think the biggest thing for him is he's gone so low that he's going to have to hit rock bottom, and he's going to have to get psychological help. The thing that he doesn't probably want to do.
Right.
But he needs it. He needs it bad.
Because he was suffering even before any of this went down.
And when you have that much of a life alteration.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. Alteration. You know, it plays with the mind, and you can see. I mean, and this is just like one example of this. There's so many of them out there. When a person gets cancer, or this, that, or the other, they can go down a hill that they don't want people a part of, and they become, they either want you around or they absolutely don't want you around.
Like, become extremely isolated and like, just, they think that they need to be within themselves.
Or not.
To get through it. Like, I just want to be left alone. Like, I get that. Sure, absolutely.
They don't want you to see the bad part of them.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want you to be witness to that.
Most people don't want the attention of what ails you. Okay.
Yeah.
They want the attention of, remember, who I was and the person that, the person I was before,
Well,
not the person I am right now, because often we go through episodes in our life where, you want to be into yourself. And, I hope that he makes a break from it. I really do. But I think it's going to take psychological help on this part, because it is psychological.
Well,
a lot of it.
he's falling into this pit of like collecting these minerals and like that's all fine and dandy. Like if you want to do that, that's fine. But I feel like he's doing that as a distraction, which is, I mean, whatever gets you through it, right? Like that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like I get it, because like, when we lost our son, like initially, like we were all about being surrounded by family.
But then
we needed that, we needed that support to get us through that, maybe like the first couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, it was like, I don't want to be around anybody. Like,
no,
please.
It's true.
Yeah, like I just want to be left alone. I don't want to talk on the phone. I don't want you coming over.
I don't want to be asked how I'm feeling. I don't want to ask.
I don't want it to be like,
how are you doing?
How are you feeling today? And like the people that you'd run into and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And like, you don't want to have to deal with any of that.
You just don't want to talk
for
about it.
A while.
You want to be into yourself.
Yeah.
And I totally get it. And it has to go along the lines of, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for this right now.
And that's what I think about whenever Marie's like sitting there cheering him on. Like I can see what's going on in his head. He's like, oh like I just don't want to deal with this. You know what I mean?
Just go away.
Just go away.
Yeah.
Like I get
love you.
that. Yeah, but it's also about understanding what that person is feeling and being empathetic towards that person, even though you're going through worse, physically and mentally. You need to also be like, okay, I don't want you around me right now. I love you. I'm sorry, but I need to be alone right now. Like there's certain ways he can say things that she would understand. I think.
Yeah, his communication isn't the best.
He does, and
he never has.
He's never had that. So they need to work on the communication. Mostly Hank, because Marie's pretty good at communicating. I think
Hank's a very holds things close to the vest guy.
Yeah, he doesn't like letting his emotions
when
out.
He's in a party thing. He wants to talk about all the great things about the job and how kick-ass and everything, because he's proud of what he does.
Yeah.
When he doesn't have that anymore, you take his identity away.
Yeah.
And then he's
lost.
Yeah, he's very freaking lost.
So lost, and that's where the minerals come in.
It's a mental it's a mental illness right now that he's going through.
Yeah, it's definitely mental illness, definitely depression.
Yes.
I mean,
may need to be on something.
He may need to get maybe that, or maybe just somebody to talk to outside of family. Not Marie, because sometimes you just need that outside.
I don't know that he'd open up there yet, unless he had the
the
right tool or person. I call the person a tool. The right tool to open that up.
And I think that's why Marie liked that physical therapist that was there, because he was acting kind of normal around him.
And he was working for him.
And he was working for him and like high-fiving and being really kind of a little bit like old Hank. And so maybe that would be something good for him, is to find the right person. Therapist, maybe not call like.
Marie was like, "You want to move in?
Yeah, like you can stay in our spare bedroom.
I'll feed you, whatever you
want.
Just
stay here all the time, because Hank is so much easier to deal with when you're around."
And that wasn't fake. That was like
that was like her almost like pleading, like, "Please stay." Like, and then of course Skylar's kind of like off doing her thing, like trying to buy this car wash and everything. So she's not there to be, that emotional support that maybe Marie needs right now.
And what Skylar's trying to do is to help them.
Ultimately, yes.
Help family. I mean,
she's trying to help them.
Kind of like the Walt situation.
Walt's trying to help his family, meaning Skylar and the kids, and Skylar at this point is thinking about her sister, her brother-in-law. Of course, her kids still, but
and how can I make this work so they don't lose everything?
She's trying to help in what ways she can, and by lifting that financial burden, that's a big part of it.
Oh, it is. It is. it's a good feeling to. I mean, you know.
But I wish that Marie would just call and talk about this, because she don't need to go through this alone either.
When you have bad things going on, okay, and hear me out when I say this. When you have bad things going on, the last thing you want to do is also to worry about money.
Right.
And, you know, thank God for insurance on things like that. We know that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
It allows you the ability to handle everything and not also get slapped in the face with
and
the
have
financial
yet
crisis.
Another worry.
So oftentimes people don't ever plan for it. Obviously, we don't plan to ever have someone pass, but it's good to always have that comfort, even though it might cost a little bit. It's always worth to have that.
Yeah.
So you don't have that extra burden. You know, not everybody has that extra, you know, 20 grand or 10 or 15.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's kind of like, that's not the point that we're talking about with Breaking Bad, but just kind of because of the financial burden that Skyler is lifting. But when he's talking about insurance, it's just like life insurance for families, for husbands, wives, even kids. Because I remember when when we were doing your paperwork for the life insurance, I was like, we're not going to need life insurance on our kids. They're not going to die.
And a lady at work, I'll never forget her saying this to me. And I was younger, obviously. And she goes, you know, you may never ever use it, but how she presented it to me was...
She presented it like literally when at work...
I wasn't going to do it.
It's literally only like $1, $2 or something out of your paycheck. Like, so it's so small of an amount. And I think that's why I was like, no big deal, just do it. Because it was so little amount that was taken out. And so that's, and it was like, you never know what could happen in this world. Nobody ever thinks that this is going to happen to me.
But let me tell you, when you have that depression and that's the last damn thing you're thinking of is the financial worries, because damn it, I'm already depressed. How in the hell am I supposed to cope with this too?
Yeah.
It's like everything's shutting down, you know?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have to worry about that. The only thing we had to do was fix ourselves, which took plenty of gosh darn time. And why it coincides is I think Skyler realizes the big time.
The big picture.
The big picture.
The big picture is, let me lift this one burden from you.
So you can focus on you guys. Because that's enough. And that's
enough to have to worry about and to deal with. Especially
with Hank.
He's... I can totally understand the feelings that he's feeling going through this.
So, you know, if you watch this video, if you take nothing of anything we say out of this, if something does happen, you know, go through your work, find out if you have it, check and see if you have it. I'd recommend that you do, because it'll be the one time that you would think that, oh, I'm never going to use this, and I hope to God you don't. I really do. Hell, that's, to me, that you can't replace that, but by golly, when you do run into that situation, at least it's there to take care of the problem, so you can focus on the real bigger problem.
Yeah. I mean, we're just saying that out of personal experience.
Out of love for you.
If we wouldn't have had that, we would have had even more stress with, number one, you're already planning a funeral for a child, which is hard enough. Almost impossible.
I still don't know how we did everything.
I don't think I did anything, to be honest, during that time. Like, I couldn't even think. But thankfully I had family that's kind of helped through that.
And if you ever go through something like that, I want you to understand that, we may be on YouTube and we may be reacting to a channel, but we're also here as a friend. If you need to talk about something like that or go through something like that, we're also here.
You can always message us on Twitter.
And we'll give you the way to contact us. We are more than happy to help you. So, with that being said, hope you don't ever use it. Hope
you don't ever have to go through anything like that.
Every single one of you has a beautiful life, and you never need that. But we're here, so.
And if you, exactly. We're here to talk. We're pretty good at talking to people, I think. So.
And we're pretty down to earth, and we get it.
We've been through things just like you guys. We're just normal, everyday folks that we've gone through some crap in this life. And so we're easy to talk to. We understand things. So send us a message on Twitter or Instagram or Patreon or any of those, email us. You can find all that in the description down below.
And never feel you're above reaching out. So if you have that, be sure you reach out.
Yeah.
And if it's not us,
talk to somebody else. Talk to whoever you feel like you can trust or who you feel comfortable with. Because talking about something, trust me, it does help. You may not think that it'll help. It helps. It really does. Just letting it out.
It's okay to be vulnerable when you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
But also, there's good people out there and there's bad, and you need to choose wisely when you're doing things. But
exactly.
Anyway, so sorry to ramble on.
Yeah, we've been rambling on. Sorry about that,
this
you
guys.
This
is Breaking Bad, but that kind of shows our whole Skylar, what she's doing for.
She's doing something very good by alleviating that. Totally. Yeah. Like she's thinking big picture, just like you said.
Yeah.
100%.
And God bless her for that.
God bless her for that.
I didn't really like Skylar in the beginning. I wasn't really a big Skylar fan. I mean, I wasn't.
No, I know. No.
She fucked Ted. But
IFT.
Yeah, but I'm liking what she's doing.
Yeah, like she's kind of like before it did kind of come off as a little bit like naggy. A little bit, like she was kind of like that naggy wife, but like I got it. I got it why she was acting that way. She was being lied to constantly. Like, I got it. But, yeah, it was a little bit annoying at times. But now, I'm really starting to like who she's growing into, aside from the criminal, bad things. But even then, it's like she's not fully into the full bad yet. But it looks like she's getting there.
She's
as far as money laundering and all that. So
she's just aggressive enough. I'm curious to see how her character plays out in the future here.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling that's going to really coincide.
Yeah, she's really good at talking to people and lying.
I could see her taking a very huge role here.
She could because she's a good thinker too, and she's really smart.
She's conniving. She's
very conniving when she wants to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's point that out. Good person.
She's a good person.
But like she worked her way into Walt's apartment.
When she feels strongly about something or wants something bad enough, she finds a way.
Yeah, and she'll do whatever it takes.
And that's
to have
why
it done.
That's why I was saying at the end of the last episode that she's got something in plan for eyebrows.
Talk about Talk about a power couple. If they could just get somehow on the same page.
Yeah.
From this boring ass couple in New Mexico that have nothing going on in life other than bitch about bills to turn out having the most volatile.
They could end up being
big time
Bonnie and Clyde, and not exactly like that, but kind of like that. But
a modern day Bonnie,
a modern day like more powerful, like more feared, I guess. I don't know.
But kind of their own mini cartel-ish.
Yeah, like
in a
husband and wife duo. Like it seems like they're getting along a little better.
That's
now.
what I envision when I see this, but we're looking forward. But I could be wrong. Definitely have been wrong.
Maybe if Walt lets Heisenberg fully out, maybe. But right now he's fighting in between himself and Heisenberg. I feel like. I don't know. We'll get started because we've been rambling on for a while now.
But I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun doing with you guys. So, and I appreciate you leaving comments below about our conversations. But you know what? We'll hop into it. She'll have to put his timestamp so you can jump past this.
Yeah. But, just in case some of you just like the reaction
and come back to the discussion. Hopefully you do.
All right, let's do it.
Open house.
He got a shiner? Oh yeah, he does.
It's a must-have in this show.
Yep. If it's not Jesse, it's Walt. Right?
I just want a cup of coffee out of something like that now that...
Just to try it. Is it really better?
What's he smiling about?
I have no idea. Okay.
He's deep in thought, thinking something.
Was there somebody in there? No. I thought I saw
Smelling
somebody
it.
in that room, but it was his own reflection.
Camera's in there.
Yep.
Watching the process.
Uh-oh. Guess what? Or maybe Mike told him about the gun.
I don't think so. I think he said we need to watch him. Every movement.
Oh, it's following him. That was not smart, but okay. I'm gonna flip off the guy that just murdered somebody right in front of me at the drop of a hat.
Ah! I can hear your cell phone ringing!
Look at him all not showing half of his face.
Are you doing? Oh, Jesus. What happened?
Nothing. I just thumped it, that's all.
Okay,
With Mike's fist.
I ran into a cabinet.
Are you in danger?
Yes.
Walt. Walt. Are you in danger?
Well, I'm selling meth, so...
Let's just say
I'm
that
pretty
I
much
have a hell of a lot
always in
more.
danger.
Can we go to the police?
Bad idea.
If you're in danger, then it would be absolutely... Then we have to...
Stop. I never used that word. I said things were complicated, and then you flew off the handle.
Yeah, I flew off the handle when I saw that. Okay? Where'd that come from?
Is just so passive-aggressive, you know.
Passive-aggressive?
I go 2 days without returning your phone calls. 2 days.
What minor little incident?
She's not going to stop, Walt.
I had an argument with a coworker. Okay?
I mean,
And?
technically that's the truth.
I had an argument. We were in this
Discussing
bar,
killing.
and we were discussing a particular business strategy, and it got heated and out of control, and he hit me once.
Well,
And I
I
didn't
kicked
retaliate because he's a much older man. And that's it.
You were in a bar fight.
I mean, technically that's the truth.
Yes,
One
I
drink.
was in a
Skylar's
bar
going to get
fight.
heated, all hot.
So you're okay?
You were in a bar fight?
Really?
I almost died a couple days ago.
Oh, and there was this.
No, he's gonna leave that out.
It may have been a good thing, actually, because we were able to clear the air and, you know,
Get some
mutual
cameras.
respect.
Yep.
I need you to promise me that if things do get dangerous,
Skylar,
promise me.
Listen, Walt.
absolutely.
Shut up and listen for once.
Yeah.
So,
She's fucking right, really.
car wash.
Well, I mean, she got him talking about the car wash at least.
Well, he didn't want to talk about that no more, so...
Right?
So, what do you think?
Oh, very nice.
Okay,
Very
Colonel Sanders.
Oh,
Diabetes.
Natural light.
Yes, diabetes.
Tori Costner.
It's nice to meet you. Well, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths on just under half an acre.
Is she at an open house?
Out and back. I see you're married.
No, divorced. Very recent. Oh, habits.
I'm sorry. Any children?
Yes. As a matter of fact, a little boy. He turned 4 in May. He's a Gemini. Would love this yard.
Oh, well, plenty of space for a jungle gym. And the
What is she
neighborhood
doing?
preschool is fantastic.
Well, I think Eli's going to be homeschooled.
Oh, well, great.
Not for religious reasons or anything. I just want to make
Come on,
sure
eh?
that he's...
She said
He'll still go
Eli.
to summer camp and whatnot.
She's,
you know,
is
sexually
she
awkward.
just as good of a
makes a lot of sense.
liar as
He tests
Skylar is?
Very highly. 96 percentile. But that whole right brain, left brain, one doesn't balance. This could work.
At first I'm like, is she like really considering divorcing Hank and she's looking at new places? But now I'm just starting to think she needs something to get her mind off of that. So she's like making up.
Oh, he's watching porn.
Ooh, right in time.
The complete encyclopedia.
Yes.
Of fantasy football.
Look, it has all the latest
Maria said
rankings.
Cheetos, not Fritos.
Wait,
I must have said Cheetos like 10 times. You need me to write it down for you?
Oh, Fritos is freaking awesome.
Fritos are awesome.
Either, Mr. Grumpy.
I'm just saying, I said Cheetos, ch sound. Virtually impossible to confuse Cheetos with Fritos. Where are you going?
Back to the store, I guess.
No one can be as perfect as you. There's your fantasy football.
Yeah, like...
The draft's not for 2 months, so this is useless.
It is not.
Really? Like, she was thinking about you, trying to make you happy.
Kind of is, though. About a month ahead, you should be
She was
that.
still thinking about him. It's the thought that counts.
How you doing? Good. Yeah.
Not good at all.
I like his shirt, though.
Yeah.
It's tight.
Tight.
We should talk about.
For the lady of the house.
Drum roll, please. How about a lifetime supply of French manicures and enzyme peels? Oh, yeah, go ahead and pinch yourself.
We're not buying a nail salon, Mr. Goodman. We're getting the car wash.
You took a run at this Bogdan character, and he wrestled you into submission with his eyebrows. 10 million, that was the asking price, right?
I was just thinking, his name is Eyebrow Saw.
Wow, nice.
What are you trying to get me? Why didn't you think of that before? It's not my meeting.
Can you use your bathroom?
I knew it.
Huel. He's like, I gotta go, man.
It's a stomach thing. So, if the guy won't sell, he won't sell.
I don't accept that. I don't
Good.
accept that he won't sell. I think he just lacks the proper attitude adjustment.
Attitude adjustment.
This one, she's a keeper.
Well, I know it can be highly motivating. I know
Ooh.
a gal over in tax revenue.
Okay.
You give her 10 minutes, and this Bogdan fella's book.
Oh, Agent Hoover, I gotta tell you, I've seen some real Islamic comings and goings over there at the car wash. Yeah, the guys in turbans pulling up in vans and stuff like that.
So, you got a real nice place here. Shame if something happened to me.
What are you
Be ashamed if
talking
something happened
about?
I mean, there's got to be dozens of car washes in this area. Who says it has to be this one?
Because he pissed you off.
I say it has to.
Yep.
And she's done her homework.
And because he pissed her off, and now she wants him to pay.
Well, that clears things up.
What
I
you were
like
doing
it.
right there was...
Bogdan,
I don't like him.
he was condescending to me, rude about you, and I do not like him.
So I
Simple
want
as
to
that.
take his ass down.
He's personal.
What do you mean rude about me?
Here it goes. I knew it. This is totally a guy thing.
Yep.
Something
you're
along
standing
the
up for...
lines of
You
you
weren't man
enough
enough.
to face him yourself.
Ooh.
What?
Yep.
That you had to send your woman to do your business
Oh,
for
I
you.
know that would drive you crazy.
We've heard this.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking as your lawyer, I'm going to
What
go on
happened?
record and say
Yep.
this is a bad idea. Now,
Yeah, any of you
It's
in
this
our
one. He
Discord
said,
chat
"Look,
want to know what happened,
you want to hear the story.
ask Steve about it in Discord.
Ask Lacey.
Okay,
Or
so,
me.
She's better at it.
It's a
all we
good
have to
story.
do is
Hi.
What?
I'm just
Can I
trying to
answer any
figure out
questions?
why Marie
Oh.
is like making up stories about her life.
The owner is, aren't they something?
She's stealing?
One for each of the 50 states.
And
Oh,
Puerto Rico is technically a territory.
I don't know.
Huh. Still, what a fascinating career that must have been for him.
It was. NASA was like a second family to us. But,
Yeah. Any children?
no, I don't really want kids. Is that horrible for me to say?
Not at all. Not everyone has to have children.
Or is she just like
should talk to
living
my
in like a,
husband.
or trying to like live in a
I'm trying to
fantasy
figure this out.
world? She is stealing. One of the spoons is missing. Why open house?
By the way, that's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, go-karting.
That's my gig.
We do that all the
Hey,
time.
is this the Viking song?
It sounds like it, doesn't it? It does really sound like it.
It is.
What? Give me more, give me more.
I'm
That is so weird.
Freaking on it, man.
I'm like, are we watching Vikings right now?
Love this.
Oh no.
Yeah.
People are writing on walls. Like scratching in the wall. Oh no.
Voice I would see. I need to find out who sings this.
They're destroying his house. Wow. And he doesn't even give a shit.
No. He's on a frickin'...
It's all a distraction.
He is on a course.
Wow.
He's on a course. You walk into your house and that's going on, and you're just...
And you're just like, eh.
It's...
Like,
it's
he
numb.
doesn't care. Yeah, he's numb.
But we were almost never there. My husband is an illustrator, so we traveled a lot. Paris, Italy, Denmark.
Oh.
So it was easy to...
You're about to get
before
caught.
my youngest, Lucy, was diagnosed with endocarditis.
I thought you didn't have...
Yep.
Gosh.
Totally different
It's
story.
a bacterial... Is she all right?
Uh-oh.
Your daughter? Yes. Thank you. The doctor's put in a prosthetic valve, so Lucy's
She's
fine.
gonna call the cops, isn't she?
Running, walking.
Here it comes.
Yep.
Yep.
Excuse me? Yeah? Very nice, thank you. I just called the police. Okay then. I know you stole that spoon. Spoon? What are you talking about? You're a thief. Excuse me?
And a liar, making stories up about yourself. What's wrong with you?
No, what's the matter with you, lady? My husband is a DEA agent.
Oh, I thought he was an astronaut or an illustrator. You better get your crazy lies straight.
You know what, Patty? You were so lucky that I'm late for an appointment. You better go, my son. Let go! Get away! You let go of it! Let it go! Let it go!
Jeez.
Let it go!
She stole a picture of the couple that lives there.
Are in big trouble.
I don't know about that. I think you're in big trouble. Oh, and they're calling Hank.
Whoa. Just look, you're where?
In jail?
Why the Why are you...
Ooh.
Are you seriously doing this to me again? Jesus, just... would you stop crying?
I think it might have been you that pushed her to start doing that
I'll make a
again.
phone call, just sit tight.
Unintentionally.
Well,
He didn't
curious
mean it.
how this works on him.
The officer spoke to the homeowners, and they're not going to press charges.
Good. I won't either.
Okay, then. So,
For what?
we're good to go.
She's not
All right,
doing
you wanna
good.
go home?
I don't think she wants to go home. Now she has to deal with Hank being pissed about this now.
Just enjoying her stories.
She was coming up with stuff like Skylar
Good
was.
stuff. Reading them
Yeah.
and working them. She's had an epiphany of something.
She had something.
Suds, water, car wash. She knows what to do.
She knows what to do. I don't know what, but
Yes, it's Skylar. Thank
the
you.
water,
Suds,
drain maybe? Drainage? I don't know.
Sorry. Same as before. As long as I've checked your wastewater inside and out, I've checked your runoff gutters, and now out here, more contaminants. Ammonia, acetone, benzene, nitrobenzene. But if you're leaching into the groundwater, which is looking like a real possibility here, you're going to need to replace your system entirely.
Replace? Do you know what cost that is? $200,000.
Yeah.
Look, I understand it's a
Yep.
hardship. If you get going immediately, your downtime shouldn't be any more than 4 or 5
What'd
months.
she
Roto-Rooter
do? Frickin'
cost us
call
20.
call the
So, you're
city
right.
and
From
frickin'
now on,
Roto-Rooter costs us
we will be
20.
extra careful and no more pollution. Okay? Yes?
Sorry. The state
I like
requires
he's
you to
like,
suspend
just-
all commercial
he'll fix it.
activity until
No
these
problem.
levels reach the mandated minimum.
Where is Eugene? Where is
Eyebrows.
Jack?
You got
What are you
transferred
gonna
last
do there,
Christmas.
eyebrows?
Tell me, why you shut me down? What laws did I break?
What laws? Several.
Tell me exact specific laws or I refuse. Right now.
Exact specific laws.
Tell me exact what
Specific
laws
laws.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay. The New Mexico Hazardous Waste Act of 1978, Section 74, Chapter
I thought she'd
4,
called the city,
Part
but
13 states, whenever the disposal of solid waste or hazardous waste presents
An imminent or substantial endangerment. The offender may be fined not more than $5,000 each day in which the violation occurs.
All right. Okay. Okay, baby. All right. The EPA. Satisfied? Was that
Specific enough for you?
So is this just one of Saul's guys?
Yes, it is.
I'm leaving the rice pudding.
I'm not hungry, Marie.
So I don't need it.
There you go. Not hungry, don't frickin' eat it.
So, rock collecting?
They're minerals. Yeah, it's cataloging. Word on the label on
Actually, I could use your help on something. Homicide, possibly drug
This
related.
is good.
Is this the,
What am I, Ironside?
No, but you're a drug cop who knows the
I'll
local
explain
town.
later, Lacey.
You're a pal I just did a favor for, so let me pick your brains.
Remind me of Ironside.
You ever come across a guy by the name of Gail Badeker?
it's the lab notes.
Someone came along and shot him in the face. They found a notebook at his place. Looks like it pertains to some kind of methamphetamine super lab. I thought your expertise could be useful here.
I think
This is from
he
bowel movement to
saw
movement.
Marie
This
and
is what
how
I saw.
she was acting,
But-
Well, my advice
but
is
also
This is good.
it would
take
get
this.
If you could just take a look, tell me what I got here.
just do it, Hank. I mean, it's kind of
Well-
contradictory because I don't want him to figure anything out, but I also want him to get his mind off of.
No, me too.
Yeah.
But-
Take it easy.
Watch. As soon as he
That's right.
leaves,
He's gonna look at it.
he's going to dive in like you've never seen.
He ain't got nothing else to do.
This is going to be his moment.
This is how he's gonna come out of his.
This is going to be his moment.
Yep.
I think we wait.
Skylar, it has been 5 hours.
Just wait.
5 hours from when that
It was a
meeting
good
was.
idea. It was a great idea, but it didn't work. So why don't we simply
It's
chalk
only
it
been in
up
5 hours.
as learn-
Eyebrows?
White residence. Oh, hello, Mr. Wollenitz. Am I still interested? Well, I think that depends. Yes, $8.79 was the original offer, but that seems high to me now. Now I'm offering $800. Why? Well, because you're an unpleasant person, Mr. Wollenitz. You were rude to me and disrespectful towards my husband. And furthermore, I've met with quite a number of sellers. Well, I understand that you're disappointed, but that is my final offer. I'm sorry we couldn't make it work. Goodbye.
What are
No.
you doing?
No, she's like,
I'm
wait.
negotiating.
Well, he's not calling you back.
We gotta give him
It's
a
gonna
few
rain.
minutes
You
to
didn't
think.
honestly think that worked.
Bring.
It
Yeah,
did.
I do.
No way. Sorry.
Have some faith there,
It's
Walt.
time to move on.
Look at her confidence.
Mhm.
Oh, Saul.
Oh, and now she's gonna falter ever so slightly.
She wants to call and say, okay. But you're right.
Oh. Ah. Give it a minute. Don't want to make it look like you're anxiously waiting for the phone call, right?
Really, Lacey?
Hello?
I know what she's doing.
Hello, Mr. Wollenitz.
No,
Really paying attention to where these things are. I mean, it's not a joke. You're
This is
gonna
turning
just
into a
squeeze
junkie.
right through the
Yep,
chain
a
link
drug house.
like Play-Doh or something. And there's nothing you or me or anyone can do about it. And if the fence posts are stuck,
That guy just realized he's throwing money. He's like, oh shit.
Look at his fucking head. Oh,
money!
He's losing
he's
it,
like a
man.
king. King of the...
King of the druggies. Oh, what did that give you? 30 seconds of satisfaction?
That's exactly what it is.
And now he's back to looking down sad again. Literally 30 seconds.
It's weird, but I like it. It's like, yeah.
Oh, celebration. They bought the car wash.
Wally nuts.
Eyebrows. His
like
name is Forever Eyebrows.
Nope, it's Wally nuts.
This is truly amazing.
Yes, well, it better be $320.
Why don't we ever do that?
What?
Cuvée Paul Roger.
Sorry, but I'm not paying $320 for a
Yeah,
bottle of
cheaper.
wine.
And so they just...
No, I'm asking, how did you, Walter White, an unemployed school teacher, pay for it? How do you explain it?
Scott, no one saw me. You are completely overreacting. I'm not
But how are you buying
apologizing
the
for wanting to
car wash?
celebrate in
How
some
you-
small way.
Yeah.
I bought one bottle of champagne.
Quit
one single
ruining it, Skylar, but you got
Yeah,
a point.
like, you got a point, but, like, it's one bottle of champagne.
That's all it takes.
Chill out.
Okay? I mean, look, okay, one little mistake, one slip up in our story, that could ruin us.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to
You
buy
might be a chemist,
$320.
But she knows what she's talking about
Yeah.
with the...
Be careful about what you're buying.
Don't
Don't.
destroy the evidence.
5 seconds. Thank you.
Any other questions? We have a motion and a second on the floor.
He
to
keeps
grant the
looking
bill.
over at it.
All those in favor, raise your hand and say
He's
yes.
going to be able to help himself.
Yes.
Yep. That's what he's good at. That's what he knows.
5 noes.
He's
and
curious.
that motion fails.
Decision and the findings of the
Yep.
committee and the result.
We have a motion and a
Kind of parlays
second.
from being a whiny to taking his life back right now.
Yep.
The Cheetos and what's going to take him back.
He finally got his Cheetos. All right. No,
It's a good episode.
It was a good episode. I
Good
mean,
episode.
there wasn't like a whole lot of like action.
No,
or,
but it's
like,
bringing the
craziness.
plans about and what's
Exactly.
moving the story forward. It's really,
definitely
really good.
moving the story forward, and I like how. I mean, I don't like what Marie was doing as far as lying and stealing and all that, but it's interesting to see that she is just as good of a liar as Skylar. Like, where did they learn this? How to be so good at lying? It makes me think. No, but I'm hoping that Hank is going to. This is gonna.
You
Like,
know what? Now that you say that, I'm going to back up. I was going to kind of dismiss what you even said there, but okay. So liars. Okay, you know, in my lifetime, and I haven't seen it recently or whatever, but when I was younger, I always remember certain people saying things to try and impress you that you knew was. Have you ever met someone that they're telling you them stories and it's just like, son of a bitch.
They're so outlandish that
Like you could be drinking with them or just having a conversation and they're all about saying, you know, things that were just so blatant.
Like you know they're not true, but they will swear to God that happened or whatever.
And run with the story.
Or like if you are talking about something that you did, they'll have to one up you. Like there's people like that, like pathological liars.
I never understood that.
Yeah.
I never completely understood that, but I guess because I've never done that. I've always been like,
I'm always honest. Like I generally tend to be honest almost to a fault sometimes, but those people that like just make stuff up to make themselves look better. Yeah,
I don't know if it's even to look better or it's just that they
want the attention, maybe.
Yeah, like, you know.
But I think for Marie, it's like living in like a fantasy world. It's like
back a while ago,
making herself think that her life is better than what it is.
In my off time, I would, I kind of ran a taxi, okay? Mm-hmm. And because necessarily I didn't want to see people drinking and driving. So I kind of started something in our small town and I did that. Got really old real quick because I had good intentions, but long story short, I remember this one person. I won't say his name, but I remember him just telling stories and just, oh my God, it was like, dude, you don't have to impress me at all.
Why do I like it doesn't matter what I think about.
Like you said,
anything.
he had money. Say, you know, he lived in a, you know, a rundown.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Like he lived in like a trailer park or something, which is fine in of itself. But
Well, it's not the fact that, but the
was
stories that
fact
was coming out of his
yeah,
mouth.
like that. You
He
know,
didn't
like
have a license. He didn't, but
I remember
he
that.
owned cars, and he owned, you know, and all this.
and like I've got like money, like I like basically saying that he was like rich. Oh, was that
No, don't say names.
I'm not going to say any names, but yeah, yeah, people like that they just have to.
Or someone that says that, you know, I used to sell drugs and da da da. I used to make so much money, and maybe that is true, you know, and or what, I don't know. But
I think it's just about people like leaving an impression with certain people, like gives people like a rush or like a high, like whether they can
like there's some
get
stories
away with it,
that could
get away with the lie.
Could probably be true.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're telling it about someone else that they know, or
but they say that it happened to them.
Yeah, I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is when people start doing that, and this lady really caught on pretty quick. She was sitting there listening to her, and at first she was going along.
But then she kind of got a confused, or not, maybe not confused, but like thinking look on her face, like you're just like, she was catching on after a while. But then when she saw the missing spoon, she immediately knew that it was her that had stolen it, because she was talking, but like I think she was like distracting, like with her talking while she was doing stuff.
I just don't think I'd be a good enough convincing a liar.
Right.
That's the problem.
I just like
I think I could tell a story.
Yeah.
But to make it jive and be, you know, unless it's, you know, because when I speak, it's just because
it just comes out. Yeah, that's how I
don't have to think about it, and I think that's I don't
the
think
problem
I could do
with
it.
lying, like, and creating these stories, is that you have to remember that now, because if you forget then it's like you're always gonna have to remember that lie exactly as you told it. That's always going to be the case. So that's why I don't like that. And one of my pet peeves is being lied to. Like, I cannot stand being lied to. And I'm sure most people are like that. They don't like being lied to. But so that's why I try to always be honest. But in this case, I don't think it was about that. I think it was about making herself, it was more of a mental thing for her.
I think it was a rush, telling the story and getting out of the life she was in. That's how my pieces of...
I'm kind of putting that together too, because you know how like
she was going down
stealing is like a rush for some people, and it's almost like addictive, that you want to feel that rush of like, ooh, I stole that and I got away with it.
Well,
you know,
as a kid, I'm not gonna lie, have I stole some? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did too when I was a kid. Sure.
You know, and I remember the feeling of getting away with it, and then finally one time I was so cocky, I was stealing Star Wars figures when I was a kid because we didn't have a whole lot of money, and what, I have more on my face?
Yeah.
and Mom would say no, or sometimes she'd say yes, but it didn't matter because I was...
Well, you were a kid.
I was an only kid.
Like, I want that. Like, yeah, you're a kid. Kids do things like that without thinking.
But I remember the rush I had with getting away with it. It was like,
you're like, oh my gosh, yeah. I got this and I got it for free. Like, you're not thinking about how that's affecting that business, or you're not thinking about
when
how...
I was a kid, I never even thought of that.
I mean, you don't think about that kind of stuff as
that
a
wasn't
kid.
even my plan. It was just because it was there. I mean, and I could get it. I knew it was wrong, but I did it. I understand the whole frickin' how things work.
Right,
okay,
right.
You steal things, the money
bad.
goes on the customer. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But back then, it wasn't.
You're not, yeah. Well, yeah, for me, it was like when I was 11 and I stole from a gas station candy, and I got caught. Like, because I had done it a few times before, like it was actually Shock Tarts. I remember that.
Seriously?
Just little candies. Yeah, little candies. And when I was 11, I got caught by the gas station attendant, and they called the police on me at 11 years old. And the police took me home to my dad, and it was like this whole thing. But yeah, that taught me to never steal again because I was so embarrassed and so, I got in so much trouble.
I remember it was at a Kmart. I
Yours
stole
was?
mine, and I was in the back seat, and I was playing, and my mom looks back, and of course, I didn't think about it. I wasn't smart enough not to open the toy up right away and start playing with it.
Yeah, and your
She's
mom
like,
was
"Where'd
probably
you get that?"
yeah.
She took me back to Kmart. We went into the back office. The manager was in there, and I'll tell you what, I was never so scared because I thought I was going to kid prison, man. No, seriously, it scared the shit out of me.
Oh, I bet.
So anyway,
I know.
real quick, I want to throw this in here if you're watching this and you've had an incident where you were young, or it doesn't even have to be about stealing. It doesn't have to be about, but how about a life lesson that you learned and had to pay for? Like a lie, maybe you told lies when you were young, which kids do, or if you met someone and they've told something, so people can come up with beautiful stories that they've encountered.
And no judgments.
No.
Like,
This doesn't have to be about you. It
Yeah.
could be about someone that you know
Yeah.
that does
Everybody
something
makes
like
mistakes. I mean, we admit to our mistakes. Yeah, I stole when I was a kid. He stole when he was a kid. I've lied. He's like we've all done bad things in the past.
that. Mm-hmm.
It's about
But
recognizing
I could
that.
never sit and tell a story unless it was true because
because you can't
I don't think I could do
think
it.
ahead fast enough to like anticipate what questions are going to be asked,
Mhm.
anticipate where that story's going. Like I'm not good at that either. Like I would not be able to lie as good as Marie or Skylar
Right.
because I would sit there and stumble over my words and stumble and be
I
like,
know another
oh,
one. I'm sitting here thinking. I've been in the military, and obviously, if you've been in the military, you know military stuff. So there's been people I've met that said they were in the military, and I said where, and then you got to talking, and
they've lied about being in the military.
oh yeah, and
Yeah.
where they were and stuff like that, and like really ramped it up over the top type shit. And
And of
I'm
course,
like,
you being in the military, you're asking very specific questions about it.
well, things that someone in the military would ask,
And then somebody that's not,
but they're going deep, man, and I'm
might
like,
not know the answer
"What
to."
like, and it just didn't jive. So,
yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds out there, and there's frauds in every aspect of it. But what's so cool is, share a story. Maybe be it yourself, maybe it be
Somebody you
somebody
know,
you
a
know,
family member,
or a story
or
that
friend.
you heard that someone told you. Because we
Yeah.
do run into these people. They're out there. It hasn't changed.
Everybody's been lied to at some point in their life, whether big or small. And, we like to hear your guys' stories too, and we like sharing our stories with you, no matter how big or small. Like, oh,
You want
yeah.
to hear the funniest one
What?
that just came to my head? When I was a kid, I used to go visit like my step grandma. Okay, and she lived in a small town. Stick with me here.
Don't distract me.
There was a kid, and I met him or whatever, and I was an only kid. And he said, "Do you have any brothers and sisters?" Yeah, I said, "Yeah, I have a twin brother." I said, "Yeah, he's same age, everything looks like me, and whatever." He goes, "Man, I want to meet him. You're cool. I'd love to meet him," or whatever. So stupid me, but I mean, I would go and change my clothes and go back as
your
my twin and play.
I think every kid, not every kid, but I think a lot of kids do that when they're kids is they lie. Because I did the same thing with my dad's girlfriends, her kids, like her daughters. They told all their friends that I was their sister. Like, and
No, I said I had a twin.
I know, but you know what I mean. Like
That means me being double, and I'd have to go change my clothes, ruffle my hair or whatever, change something. Maybe I didn't even go that far. I just changed the clothes.
that's pretty
Ride
funny.
on the same bike back over to their house and say,
The
"Hi,
same bike.
Hi, I'm Tim. I'm Tim, Steve's brother. I just want to meet you.
Tim and
What do you think
Steve.
of me?" Well, I got to go home. And
I
then
gotta go
Steve-
home, but Steve will come back.
Steve,
but
Steve will probably come back and see you.
And, some kids are like just like that naive and that dumb enough
I think
to where
might have
they
figured
would
out
totally believe it, at least
I
for
did
a
have
while.
him believe in it.
I was gonna say at least for a while.
So I guess in a way I did pull something off like that. But that was fun because I got to be someone else or.
Well, I mean, yeah, when it's done out of fun, nothing wrong with that. But
isn't that funny?
That is funny. I don't think you've ever told me.
No,
that story.
That's first time, and it's the first time I've ever told the story ever. I don't think anyone knew.
Yeah.
Until now.
Well, sometimes some things like slip your head and you
Isn't
lose
funny,
them
though?
and they're gone. And then one day out of the blue, you'll be like, oh yeah.
I wish to God there was a camera of my life at that, to show you what I was doing.
That would have been funny.
Yeah. It'd be funny.
But yeah, you guys totally share your stories or whatever with us because we like to hear them. We like to share with you. So share with us too. But yeah, great episode.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Another great episode of Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching. Share the video.
Leave a like. Make sure you leave your comments and questions down below. Subscribe and bang that bell.
And hop over and check out the Patreon as we are doing movies that you request, full, uncut, uncensored, whatever, unedited. We're doing movies that you like, and we'll be doing those as well there.
We just put up The Princess Bride a few days ago.
I'm going to be honest with you.
We've never seen it, and it was requested.
If there's movies that we'll watch them, but if we don't like them, we're going to say...
Oh, we'll be honest. Both of us were not really my jam.
Wasn't our gig.
And then the next movie that we're doing is Freedom Riders. But basically, after we watch Freedom Riders, we're going to be putting up a poll of just random movies that our patrons have suggested for us to watch
that we haven't seen, or if Lacey
on it.
Hasn't seen it, I'll sit here and watch it with her, but we'll watch her reaction. We'll let you know that I have
at least one of us has not seen whatever movie that we end up watching. So,
and also with that, you get to see the full unedited version of the Breaking Bad,
The
Vikings.
Walking Dead, all of those that we're doing. We have full unedited. Literally, I cut almost nothing out. So you get to see everything. Early access, which we're running about a couple days before it goes up on YouTube right now,
which is good.
Yeah, and then of course you would have access to our Discord chat.
Which is awesome, by the way.
Great group of people in there. We love chatting with them, and we love chatting with all you guys. So come on over there if you're interested in any of that.
Great group of people. You'll meet some friends, I promise you, and you will enjoy it. It's the talks that we have now is honestly
it goes all over the place. But thank you guys so much, and we hope that you guys have an amazing and awesome day.
Yes. Hope amazing happens to you, and peace out.